Come on, Bakugo. No need to do that yet. But damn. Damn, my boy getting overwhelmed.
Your blood was delicious.
Oh! Yeah, it's inside her body, isn't it?
You bit off a bit more than you could chew. My blood isn't the only thing you drank. It's my sweat you should worry about, dumbass!
What is up to all y'all G's out there? It's your boy O N to the G coming at y'all with another one. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir indeed. So you already know how it is when it comes down to it. We are back with these Death Battle reactions, and I'm so late, I want to apologize. So we got Bakugo and Reze from Chainsaw Man. I did watch Chainsaw Man. I did not see the movie as much. I know that she's the enemy and stuff, and she can cause certain explosions. Her and her fight, of course, Chainsaw Man 1, I believe. I mean, to be real, I don't know. Because now I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about to that Deku versus Miles. At least she ain't black, I'll tell you that. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, people were saying it was racially motivated and my hero characters were bullies. Mostly Deku. So, I expect Bakugo to win in this fight because, not to spoil anyone who hasn't watched My Hero, but go watch My Hero. You see why his explosions, y'all already know his explosions go home. For those that read the manga, y'all seen how big his explosions were and what he became in the final chapter. So, I would not, I do not see Reze running. I can see her cutting up Bakugo, because Bakugo's been hurt many times before. He even had it where his heart was damaged too, even though a hero had to save him because of it, but still. This man moves so fast, it was beyond light. He moved at light speed, I'm not gonna lie. He was moving that fast, so. And his explosions are devastating. Especially his ultimate is high with the impact. So I do not see Reze getting past most of that. I can see her cutting him up to where Bakugo will just go all wild. He'll go all out. So let's just see. Let's get into this. This fight will get intense.
The god of explosions versus the bomb devil.
And I also got the backup microphone too.
It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Of course it is. So when it comes down to death battle, you already know they will explain the details that are canon, what versions, and what is the best way to use how they'll use their attacks.
Powerful bomb? It's no wonder he was born with the quirk, explosion. It lets Bakugo create humongous kabooms from his palms. I could only dream of having hands that rad.
Quirks are genetic superpowers that most humans are born with. Bakugo inherited his quirk from his parents.
Of course he did.
It was a combination of his father's combustible acid sweat and his mother's glycerin skin secretions,
making Bakugo's sweat basically like nitroglycerin. And the more he sweats, the bigger the booms. His parents basically made the perfect kid, absolutely oozing with.
No, they made an actual living time bomb. That's what they made.
So much so that he started bullying his childhood friend who happened to be born without a quirk.
Yeah,
okay, he's
asshole, by the way.
Sometimes, but come on.
But of course, I'm pretty sure he'll apologize in the future.
They're so cool.
Quirks are a natural biological feature of a person's body. In the same way that we don't really think about walking or breathing, Bakugo's explosions became like any other limb, especially with his rigorous training.
Bakugo quickly picked up on how to use his explosions to obliterate anything in sight, block attacks, launch himself around, and quickly maneuver in midair at hypersonic speed, which requires a ton of focus and on-the-fly calculations.
And despite getting this incredibly dangerous quirk when he was 4, he somehow never killed himself or anyone else.
No. No, he
Bakugo
hasn't.
was truly a prodigy.
He was skilled that
destined
way.
for greatness.
And his only goal was to surpass Japan's numero uno superhero and his personal idol, All Might. In Bakugo's mind, the only person who wins no matter what. Absolute victory. No problem for the main character.
Except
Of course.
Katsuki wasn't the protagonist that he thought he was.
No,
That
he
would
wasn't.
be Izuku Midoriya, the quirkless child Bakugo bullied. In truth, he was threatened by Izuku's tenacity despite being quirkless.
Really? That crybaby's the main character? Well, Bakugo's inferiority complex
Oh
would
my
only
God,
get worse
man,
when
really?
Deku somehow landed a quirk that was just as cool, and both were accepted to the same superhero high school, UA High.
There, he would learn to be a superhero and fully develop his ultimate moves.
Like flying through the sky faster than sound with turbo speed, blinding people with stun grenade, focusing his blast
Gotta
into
admit,
armor-piercing shots,
he
or
came up
making
with a
a
lot of
big-ass
neat
tornado
moves.
of death.
The howitzer impact involves Bakugo spinning himself in midair with his explosions,
Turn him into a
building
human
up
missile.
Tremendous amount of swirling oxygen, and then igniting it all for one hell of a boom.
He's pretty smart when it comes to strategizing mid-fight. He even developed new techniques for his quirk faster than Deku did.
UA High also aided Bakugo's development by preparing him with his iconic Grenadier bracers, gauntlets that allow him to store up his sweat
And fire in one
long
monstrous
bouts,
blast.
or to release all of it at once in a single massive blast.
He's also got his hero suit, which helps him sweat faster in order to build up stronger attacks. Or the Strafe Panzer, these badass turrets mounted to his back that store his sweat as ammo. With all of that, it wasn't long before Bakugo made his hero debut
actually neat.
called the Bombshell
I was wondering
Hero,
what that was
colon,
for.
Great Explosion Murder God, colon, Dynamite. Hey, I dig it.
Okay,
More
just say
colons the merrier.
Dynamite.
But despite some early wins,
call him
Bakugo
Dynamite.
failed to live up to his own sky-high expectations. He had the makings of a great hero, if only he could get out of his own way and put the team before his ego.
Especially when he was kidnapped by the League of Villains, ultimately
Yeah.
leading Bakugo to blame himself for All Might's retirement. Something needed to change.
So he vented
What's
his
on the
frustrations in
chain?
a slugfest with Deku and realized something crucial. That the kind of absolute victory that defined All Might wasn't victory for himself, but victory for everyone.
He was starting to become the prodigy everyone knew he could be. I mean,
Yeah,
hell,
he had to
even while
humble
he was
himself.
unconscious, he kept analyzing the fight he was in and coming up with counters. Somehow,
Bakugo's powerful enough to shatter Todoroki's heaven-piercing ice wall, fast enough to keep up with villains like Shigaraki, who can
Yeah,
catch
who caught light,
and
yeah.
tough enough to survive, well,
being dead. Yep, you heard us. Bakugo was killed, dead as a doornail. And then a single bead of sweat floating through his bloodstream detonated and restarted his heart. If that isn't main character plot armor, I don't know what
No,
is.
that's just
his
plot.
stamina is perhaps the craziest thing about him. After all, he is tanking the recoil of all of his explosions.
Even with the overuse of his blasts literally tearing his body apart, he kept trying to make him stronger, and
Yeah,
eventually
stronger.
his quirk awakened.
Essentially, when a quirk evolves to become stronger. Now, by condensing his explosions into smaller and more powerful clusters, Bakugo could enhance all of his techniques.
Like the Howitzer Impact Cluster, a stunning achievement in the field
Yeah,
of
it's even bigger than
explosionology, or
before.
Kaboom theory for the layman.
Powerful enough to shatter the side of a mountain or blow apart UA High itself. Judging by the school's size, we can estimate Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster yielded over 300 kilotons of TNT.
Okay,
Even
you see
Bakugo's
that
whole
shit?
deal is explosions.
Hold on, bro.
Makes sense to science.
Hold on, bro. Y'all see that shit? That is nothing to mess with. Reze made an explosion that was big as a building, but man, Bakugo can make explosions go all around the area. I'm just saying. I think Bakugo's just gonna disintegrate her.
Finds out what a ton of TNT actually is. It's literally the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms.
Bro,
of
is that the
granite
planet from One
titanium.
Punch?
A chemical
Dude, I saw
compound
that.
composed of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen.
I think it was just
and
using a bunch of
That's
other
the recipe for kabooms. Now, imagine
explosive
a
feats or
pile of
something.
TNT as big as the Empire State Building blowing up all at once. That's Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster.
And these explosions can launch him so fast, it's like time stands still around him.
Like when he covered a huge part of this city in a fraction of a second, almost 400 times the speed of sound.
And that's not all. Now he can detonate his sweat remotely and from
Yeah.
all over his body, not just his palms.
With all of this crazy bullshit, Bakugo became one of the strongest heroes on Earth, enough to battle and defeat All Might's lifelong arch nemesis,
Ooh.
All for One. Yeah,
They did.
That's right. The main villain, who's the protagonist now, Deku.
Bakugo literally and figuratively surpassed his childhood idol and proved his mettle as a hero.
Number 5 on the rankings and rising. Not bad, Kachan.
But more
He became number 5 while Deku became number 4. So technically he became higher than him.
To himself.
Yeah, whatever. Take that, losers! Sickest quirk in the world over here! Dynamite! Dynamite!
Man, shut the fuck up, bro.
Dynamite!
Even though Dynamite is hype, but still. Booms did be doing the
What
most.
happened to you?
Okay.
You look funny.
Okay, so we're skipping this part because no copyrights. Of course, we're just gonna go and get into the next them explain the next part of the fight. Now we're gonna shift from Reze.
War, famine, conquest.
So we know I already know about Chainsaw Man because I watched it and I watched a little bit of the movie. I watched the series and a bit of the movie. I gotta finish the movie though, but I kind of already know what happens in it. I read a bit of the manga where Denji at the end he becomes a normal human in the end of the series, and apparently it was all a dream or something is what they said.
Their power is directly proportional to that
it was
fear.
good. It was good though. He still
Still
has some ups and downs.
Like, you know, a chicken. But what about the Bat Devil, or the Ghost Devil, or the devil embodying man's fears of one of the greatest weapons it's ever created, the Bomb Devil?
Little is known about the origins of the Bomb Devil's current host, Reze, if that even is her real name.
She might look cute and kawaii, but she's actually a Soviet assassin trained from birth.
Again, I still need to finish the movie. Like, I was watching the movie some, and she just hits on Denji because she needs him for something. Like, it was something that had to do with her childhood.
Was a safe, normal, quiet life, as much a fable to her as Aesop's Country Mouse.
Too bad. You are now a walking, talking
I
explosive.
already knew she was a
Have
psycho.
fun.
I mean, like,
At some point, the girl known as Reze was implanted with a fragment of the Bomb Devil and became a hybrid, a human possessing a devil's powers without sacrificing their humanity, transforming their body into a living weapon.
As a hybrid, Reze's strength and speed are way crazier than a normal human's, and with her martial arts training, she's a force to be reckoned with up close. Also, Wiz, check out the bomb for a head!
Someone like Reze would eat you alive, literally. Should devils like Reze take any damage whatsoever, they can heal by consuming blood.
And that lets hybrids survive some pretty insane stuff, like having their limbs torn off, getting bisected clean in half, or being roasted alive. Just slurp some blood and they're good as new.
Especially useful considering the Bomb Devil's primary ability is literally blowing herself up. Reze can emit explosions from any surface of her body, even tearing off limbs and turning them into bombs that she can detonate at will.
Damn,
And she can
that's
regrow her
hardcore.
limbs.
She can use these blasts to jet through the sky at hypersonic speeds, maneuver and redirect.
okay, I knew she could create explosions big as a building, but like, regeneration is another thing. Ooh, this might be hard. This might be hard. I don't know. Because now I'm thinking about it, if she cuts up Bakugo and regenerate and starts hitting him with some attack, even though Bakugo, he's probably resistant and have that durability to his own explosion, so the explosion she gives to him, it probably won't even hurt him. The same thing will probably go for her. It depends, bro. And I doubt that I thought she would be that type to cut off any of Bakugo's limbs. She'll probably try piercing right through him. But still, man. Oh, this is. I can see why they did this now.
Can ignite the atmosphere in explosions
Bakugo
that tear apart entire cities, making herself stronger the more fear her wanton destruction creates.
As long as the
I mean, Bakugo's fearless, so it wouldn't even matter.
As many explosions as she wants, non-stop.
She can even turn her own body into different types of real-world bombs to massively enhance their power.
Like transforming her leg into a torpedo or her apron into dynamite. Every single inch of Reze is a living weapon.
This made her feared across the devil world as one of their mightiest warriors.
Honestly, she has to move really fast.
Newly acquired devil hybrid, Chainsaw Man.
You see, you might not think chainsaws are all that scary, at least not compared to bombs, but the Chainsaw Devil is special.
Any devil the Chainsaw Devil consumes becomes deleted from reality. retroactively erased from humanity's collective consciousness.
And here
Yes.
I thought chainsaws were for boring stuff like trees or Texas massacres. Silly me.
This ability makes the Chainsaw Devil the most important being alive and invaluable for any global power to control.
Except instead of meeting the fearsome chainsaw of legend, Reze met Denji, a dumb, horny teenage boy just looking for anyone, to love.
And for once, Reze actually hesitated. Rather than immediately kill her target, she got to know him and found they weren't so different. Both were used as tools of the state, as weapons of war rather than people. A kindred spirit in a hostile world, Denji wanted to drink up as much of the excitement of life as he could. The town mouse to her country mouse.
And thankfully, he was super easy for a pretty face to manipulate.
It wouldn't be the only time.
Reze's nothing if not professional, and she gave Denji one parting gift. To teach him the way devils did battle before he died.
As the embodiment of one of the deadliest weapons known to man, Reze's power is off the charts,
that
capable
was
of
his
creating an
target.
explosion more than 400 meters in diameter. That's over 4 football fields long.
To have a blast that size, you'd need to be exploding with over 2 kilotons of TNT.
More than comparable to nuclear weapons, which is really impressive considering Reze is not the devil of nuclear bombs. That's apparently an entirely separate thing.
Despite her bombs being technically conventional, they're just that strong.
Likely comparable to other powerful devils like the Gun Devil, who could travel across the world and kill millions of people in 5 minutes.
That'd be over 500
Okay,
times the speed of sound.
She's even stronger than the Typhoon Devil, a sentient city-spanning storm.
Whoa.
The literal coughing baby to her hydrogen bomb.
Unfortunately for Reze, Denji took her lessons to heart and proved he was more than a fitting host for the Chainsaw Devil.
He whooped her ass, but spared her life. Just in case her seduction wasn't a total act after all.
But it wasn't meant to be. Whether Reze chose the safe life of the country mouse or the exciting life of the town mouse, there are hungry cats everywhere.
Yeah, why would she
Makima,
try attacking
what I
her?
would give to find someone to kill you.
Reze's dreams of freedom were never realized. She simply changed hands from one cold, unfeeling entity to another. And this time, there was no escape. She was a weapon, a symbol of man's bottomless capacity for malice and self-destruction.
A living bomb.
Okay, so Maki.
Nigga, what?
Not Maki. Maki. Okay, so after going over that, oh my god. Explosions bigger than 4 football fields. You're the Bakugo that literally fought guys that can repel light itself. And she's fighting devils that have the Typhoon to destroy a city. This is kind of hard. I was almost gonna say Reggie for a second, but then again, Bakugo has survived worse explosions. But he's fought a man that can multiply his hands all over the whole city if he wanted to. It went all over the UA barrier, and he had to dodge all that. So it's down him for one though. And honestly, All for One made an explosion that was an island level. Now I'm thinking about it, because when you kill someone else that used to have the power, All for One had the capability of making an island explosion that was mega. He exploded the entire island that they were on, wherever the fuck they were on. So this is hard to break down. I don't know. I think I'm still gonna say Bakugo because he has survived countless stuff, and even she stabs him right through the heart, he'll just find a way to come back. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm just keeping it real. It's gonna come down to the wire.
Essential open earbuds.
It's about who can outlast who, and if Bakugo is able to withstand and outlast, but that depends, man. He has to completely destroy her. I mean disintegrate, not like what you do when you just blow off her limbs. I'm talking about Bakugo will have to destroy her.
celebrate the
disintegrate, get her out of the world completely. Because, oh man, she just needs blood, Bakugo's blood, to regenerate her limbs.
Go to buyraycon.com/deathbattleopen.
But here's the thing though, one thing I will admit, the moment she tries getting his blood, I bet you Bakugo's gonna make that shit explode like nitroglycerin to keep her from licking or drinking it. Or if she does consume it into her body, Bakugo will make her insides explode. That's the one.
Essential open earbuds.
That's the one.
All right, the combatants are set.
That's the one. Bakugo could try exploding off her limbs, and then she'll try like cutting them up to eat it, but then he'll make it explode. No matter if someone consumed or try to have someone in their body, it depends on how she did it. He'll probably make her insides explode. Damn, they not even talking, they're just going right into hands. Straight into hands.
To collect your head, Dynamite.
Better villains than you have tried, lady. You tell your bosses that after I send you back in a coffin.
How would I tell them that if I was already dead? Wow, you're quick.
Shut up and die!
She got skill, I will admit. Now she can use her head as a bomb.
Oh damn!
Damn. What's with this drawing animation? I thought we were under pixels. Come on, Bakugo. No need to do that yet. But damn.
Move it or lose it, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
Let go of me!
Oh, damn it!
Boom.
Just bit him. Oh.
Leave them out of this!
Damn, my boy getting overwhelmed.
Your blood was delicious.
Oh! Yeah, it's inside her body, isn't it?
You bit off a bit more than you could chew. My blood isn't the only thing you drank. It's my sweat you should worry about, dumbass! I'm aiming for absolute victory! Howitzer! Impact! Cluster!
Look how fast he going! God damn!
Scratch that. Not enough for a coffin.
That fight didn't even last that long. Oh my god. That fight did not even last that long. And I called it. I called it, bro. I called it. Because I was just thinking like, dude, I was like, no matter how she consumes herself, that nitroglycerin go through her veins and stuff. It's still blood. It's still his blood. Dude, you have to be the hero killer to paralyze him for him not to ignite it.
Sorry to hear about your girlfriend that passed away. She gets 5 big booms. Boom! Boom!
Oh my god.
Just
What?
shut up.
Yes, thank you, man.
These two seemed evenly matched. So let's break this fight down into 3 categories: their speed, their stamina, and their firepower.
First up, let's talk speed.
Both
Speed.
Bakugo and Reze could rocket through the sky at hypersonic speeds and maneuver and redirect themselves.
They're
on a
both
dime
almost
in the middle
equally
of fights.
matched.
To the casual observer, at least, they seem to be on par with each other.
So we
I would
have
say
to look at the
Bakugo,
people
maybe.
they fought to compare.
He did go
Reze has
across
battled Chainsaw
town.
Man, who could match and defeat someone using the Gun Devil's power.
The same gun devil that could literally fly around the world, killing millions of people at over 500 times the speed of sound.
Impressive, but compare that to Bakugo fighting Shigaraki, who could react fast enough to catch light beams with his bare hands.
That's over 1,000 times faster. And that was before Bakugo's quirk awakening that made him even faster than that.
With reaction speed of that caliber, there's little chance Reze could ever get the drop on Bakugo, and would likely be forced to play catch-up in a duel. Speed goes to Bakugo.
However,
Yep.
speed doesn't matter if one couldn't truly hurt the other. A big part of this fight is their stamina.
Bakugo's durability is mind-boggling. He's survived being impaled through the torso and has even
And through
brought
his heart,
himself
so-
back to life.
But, unlike Reze, his stamina does eventually hit a limit. Every explosion he makes whittles him down just a little bit more, and uses up more and more of his sweat. Without
It
a
sure
break,
does.
he can eventually run out.
Whereas Reze can effectively create bombs without respite, and from a distance.
Unlike Bakugo, who usually likes to get up close and personal.
Furthermore, her devil hybrid physiology gives her an actual regenerative healing factor, allowing her to shrug off the same kind of mortal blows that would eventually kill Bakugo, main character plot armor or not.
If this ever became a war of
I was-
attrition,
yeah, 'cause I was
Reze
saying,
had it
like,
in the
she'll
bag.
probably just overwhelm
Stamina
him.
goes to Reze.
However, it's unlikely it would ever get to that point. The biggest factor in this fight was always going to be their raw firepower.
Explosions! First, we gotta compare their two biggest blasts, Reze's nuclear-like bomb against Denji versus Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And the difference is obvious. Based on calculating their sizes, Bakugo's 300 kiloton explosion was over 100 times more powerful than Reze's 2 kiloton blast.
But that's not all. Remember the Typhoon Devil.
Coughing baby or not, to create a storm big enough to cover Tokyo's over 2,000 square kilometers, he'd have to be generating more than 400 kilotons of TNT.
Greater than Bakugo, right? But that's not all. Again, Bakugo's howitzer impact once shattered the size of this big-ass mountain. And despite being earlier on in the series, it was ginormous. Almost 3 kilometers in radius.
Or just over 2 megatons of TNT, 5 times more powerful than the Typhoon Devil, and way beyond anything we've seen Reze do.
And this was Bakugo before reaching his full power
Yep,
in his
his
fight
full
against All for
potential.
One. Bakugo takes the final edge in explosions.
And remember, Bakugo withstands the recoil of all his blasts. So even though Reze had greater stamina, Bakugo was more than tough enough to hang on and get his kill shot, especially with his superior speed.
And devil healing factors can be overtaxed with enough damage. Hell, she needed to drink blood a couple times against Denji just to keep fighting.
Against someone as fast and
Exactly.
powerful as Bakugo, she would not get the chance to heal consistently, or perhaps at all.
And
Especially
what
with,
happens when
his
devils
nitroglycerin
die?
blood.
They Bakugo to hell.
The winner is Katsuki Bakugo.
Dude, can
Bombshell,
Boomsticks
hero,
please stop?
great explosion, murder, god, dynamite.
Okay.
Next time on
Let's see the
Death
next
Battle.
fight. What's the next fight? Nigga, is that Gru? Is that Mega Man? No, bro.
Subscribe and join as a member.
Bro, oh my. Dude, why are Gru and Mega Man gonna fight? I love those two guys. Dude, I love Mega Man and I love Despicable Me. Oh my god, who would win that fight? Okay, let me think. Let me break it down. Gru has gadgets. He's stolen gadgets before. And it depends on who the more reliable minions are too. Mega Man, he's known for for certain evil plots there and there, but he's the type of villain that will just get defeated and just want the attention. Even though he's got a big blue brain and he's supposed to be super smart, his plans always end in agony. And Raja and Richie literally called out all his plans and defenses one time when he had her captured. So, and then Metro Man was so bored, he used the super light speed to go the way they are and to clear his head completely. This man could have stopped them in 0.5 seconds if he wanted to, the moment he even started talking. So, I barely seen Gru's plans fail. Let's see, but Mega Man, I mean, Gru don't have any power, so Mega Man can't really use a device that will take away any of Gru's abilities or his thinking or whatnot, because sometimes his ideas are not really all the best. He does have certain good gadgets though, like robots, and he can literally turn Gru into maybe a cube, like he turned that to a cube and maybe step on it or something, but he has to hit him with it. But if it gets wet in any way, then I don't know how Mega Man would do it. So I think I might lean on Gru's side a bit. I might lean on Gru's side. I'm just being real, because that guy has certain gadgets. He literally has a shrink ray, so he can literally do that to Megamind, and probably have one of his dog eat him or something like that. And, or maybe I don't know how this fight's gonna go. I'll keep it real. I don't know really how that fight's gonna go. I can't really break it down. I think I might lean on Gru. But see y'all on the next one. Peace out to all my G's and my niggas. Next step battle. Get ready, baby.